Hi, this is just a first impression sort of vlog on what I thought of the Royal Tenenbaums by um, Wes Anderson. Yeah, it's I just got done watching it and yeah, really enjoyed the film. It's basically about a family who are of genii who are very like sort of dysfunctional. Like they start out like very genius. Like one is a business accountant. The another is a professional tennis player, and the third is oh, I forget now. But anyway, yeah, they grow up into like sort of washed out type of people who just yeah. I mean the tennis player like chokes at a game, and he fancies he's into his stepsister, who's the other one I can't remember, the professional. What was the profession? Ah, whatever. Yeah, so yeah, and he gets depressed because of that, and his name's Richie, and one of them, the other one, the one he has a crush on, is called Margaret, his stepsister, and she's like a sort of like a brooding type who always like thinks about things, has a secret sort of life, which it's good, yeah. And the third one, Chaz, has two kids and he's a widower, so he's obviously quite depressed about that sort of thing, and yeah, and he has two kids, and he always like he doesn't allow them to have a proper childhood. They just sort of he makes them exercise a lot basically, and yeah, but yeah, you get into that further in the film, and then there's Royal, who's the dad, Royal Tenenbaum, and he gets divorced by his wife very early on in the movie, and yeah, yeah, basically that's he's sort of the focus of the film, but not really. And there's also the wife, who oh, I forget her name now. It's give me a second. The wife is a Ethelene Tenenbaum, played by Angelica Houston, and she is a she's sort of like she's like very calm. She's very like supportive of her children, while the father's not really. He doesn't really care. Like no he does care, but he doesn't realize how much he cares in a way, and yeah. So the film starts. You see like the past, how they grew up, and they grow into like adults, and yeah, as I said, they're very washed up, and yeah, Richie, like he goes around the world after he chokes up at the game, and then and Margaret is in like a loveless relationship with this neurologist, played by Bill Murray, who in one of his more toned down performances, but it's still very funny. And oh, who's Chaz played by? Who's Chaz played by? Ben Stiller. Chaz is played by Ben Stiller, and he's got an afro, and he does a great job. Ben Stiller. He's yeah, like a sort of like paranoid father who's paranoid about safety because his wife died in a plane crash, and yeah, they all come together at the house, the house they grew up in, because Royal makes up the story about how he makes up the story like he's dying, and like and they all come together because of that, and he says he's dying of some stomach cancer or something, and he's got this friend who's in on the plan, who's like an assassin who he befriended, but I forget his name, and yeah, they make a good duo. They work well off each other. All the characters work really well off each other in this film. Yeah, Wes Anderson, I don't know if he wrote the story or not, but really fleshed out characters in this film, and they all go through like a circle of like from depression into like blooming into like a sort of happiness there, and yeah, really well written characters, and yeah, so they all come together over like the father's dying basically, but he's just making it up. He just wants he just wants to come back to the family again. He just wants to like come back and like make all his children like him again and get rid of this new guy who's trying to like go out with his wife, his ex. Sorry. Well, they're not actually divorced, but yeah, they're just separated, and he's trying to get rid of this new guy, which is quite funny. And you think it's good because you think everything's going his way, but then it just takes a left turn, and you think he's got the situation under control, but he just doesn't. You can see he didn't really plan this through. He's he's played by Gene Hackman, by the way, the father, and he does a really good job of as like a sort of a lovable idiot, I suppose you would call him, and yeah, he's good, and yeah, and let's see. Yeah, and so I do really enjoy the story of like a family drama, you know. There's lots of like twists and turns and all that. God, sound like an idiot, but trying to think what actually happens. After that, yeah, oh yeah, yeah. The third act, the first two acts is just focusing on the father and like how he's trying to connect with the grandkids and like his children. But basically, Ben Stiller's having none of it. He's really angry with him, and like Richie is played by Luke Wilson, and yeah, he's like a guy who drives out everyone out, but you can't have your cake and eat it too. He finds out the hard way, and yeah, who's the girl? Oh my God, I don't know. Yeah, Margaret. Yeah, she's in a slump. She's stuck in a rut, and she doesn't know what to do. So she just goes to the house anyway. So they're just all staying there, and they're just all trying to get along basically. And it's kind of a good coming of age tale, except they're all grown up. But anyway, yeah. Moving on from the story, which I thought was very impressive. The third act takes it sort of changes the story up a bit, but in a good way. Like, you did enjoy where the plot was going, but it changed, and I appreciate it for that, because I don't like films that just stick to the same thing the whole 3 acts. Yeah, so the story, really enjoyable, really good. Wes Anderson's directing work is sublime. Like he uses shots to his advantage. Like, I remember at the end of the film, there's like this great like long shot of all the characters like sitting on a fire truck, and just like seeing what to do from here, like what's the future gonna hold for us, and it's great. It's a great coming of people, and they all learn to get along. Sorry if that's a spoiler, but yeah, it all works out pretty happily, and they all learn to get along, which I love seeing. I like seeing like a sad ending every now and then, but this one, I don't know if you call it a happy ending. It's not like a medical ending. So some people get what they want, but not everyone. Yeah, so his directing work really good. He uses long shots to his advantage. He uses over the shoulder shots quite a lot, as well as you know, behind the character shots. And yeah, he has this habit of like I remember this one shot on a bridge with Owen Wilson's in this film, by the way. He plays the character like their next door neighbor who grew up with them basically, and yeah, it's this great shot with when he's meeting Margaret, and it goes like from behind her to like around to the side, so you can see their faces, and it's just really good. He's really got away with it, you know. He just kind of gets like the unique style that is needed to become a good director, and yeah, I'm trying to think of some other shots he did. It's coming away from me now, yeah, but like really good cinematography, and yeah, just really impressed. I was impressed. This was the first Wes Anderson film I saw, and I heard he had a very like sort of unique style, and yeah, really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed the way he did that. And let's see, what else? Well, what else does this film have? Like, yeah. There's a great like running narration through it. It's sort of set up in like the way of a book, and it's great. Like each little part has its own chapters. It's just little things like that that make me appreciate Wes Anderson's directing work. And narrated by Alec Baldwin, I think. It's really good. Like And I liked they showed like the start of a chapter like a book, and they show like the first two lines, and it's like exactly what the character's going to do in the next scene, so you'd always know. And yeah, just a really good film. If you haven't seen it already, I'd recommend it. It's really enjoyable to watch. I love like those sort of like those like it's sort of like a family film, I suppose. Like films where the characters start off not getting together like at all, but yeah, the plot slowly progresses. If I gave you more of the plot, I'd just be giving it away. So I don't really want to do that. If you haven't seen it yet, go out and see it for yourself, because frankly, you're missing out. All right, that's all. Thanks very much for listening. Take care.